One of the biggest things that keeps us from being happy as a Christian is ourselves. I know, in my case, is that I can never do enough. Coupled with that are the things that I just didn't do for whatever reason. Here in this passage, Jesus addresses this fear. Matthew 16, 5 to 12. This is my translation. And the disciples, having come to the other side of the lake, forgot to take bread. And Jesus said to them, Watch out, and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees. And they began to reason among themselves, saying, Because we didn't have any bread. But Jesus, aware of this, said, You men of little faith, why are you reasoning among yourselves that you don't have no bread? Do you not yet understand or remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000, and how many baskets you picked up? Or the 7 loaves of the 4,000, and how many large baskets you picked up? How is it that you do not understand that I did not speak to you concerning bread? But beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees. Then they understood that he did not say to beware of the leaven of bread, but of the teaching of the Pharisees and Sadducees. They had forgotten to bring bread, and Jesus reminds them of 2 recent times that they had food, but it wasn't nearly enough. No problem. God multiplied what they had. Always believe God that you have enough, that things will always work out all right. Or maybe I should say things will always work out all right if you can believe they will. What would be the point of chiding them for little faith if it didn't matter anyway? 4 times in Matthew's Gospel, Jesus talks about people with little faith, and each time he addresses a concern that they have. In Matthew 6:30, he is talking about people who worry about their daily needs. But if the grass of the field being today and tomorrow into the furnace is being cast, God so clothes, not much rather you little faith. My translation is a little rough here, but trying to catch more the sense of the original rather than making smooth English. In Matthew 8:26, he's talking to experienced fishermen who are afraid of drowning in a sinking boat. He said to them, Why are you timid, you men of little faith? Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the sea and became perfectly calm. In Matthew 14:31, Jesus is talking to Peter, who just attempted to walk on water and was about to drown. Immediately, Jesus stretched out his hand and took hold of him and said to him, You have little faith, why did you doubt? In 2 of these cases, they were in difficult straits, but Jesus was physically present with them. What if he wasn't? What if that were you, on a sinking boat or drowning? Does faith make a difference? If it didn't, then no point of even bringing it up. If everything that happens is God's will, then you don't need faith. What will be, will be. They all would have drowned. And no, that wouldn't have been God's will. Don't try to overthink things here. Just learn to believe God for more things. Jesus wants us to not worry when we forget things, when we think about our needs, and when our lives are in danger. Always walk in the confidence that God is not only able, but quite willing to do what needs to be done to remedy the situation.